How Fortin was abruptly removed from his role as the head of Canada's COVID-19 vaccine rollout task force without due process or transparency. Imagine you are a major general in the Canadian Armed Forces. You have been leading the National Vaccine Rollout Task Force since November. You have been praised for your efficiency and professionalism. You have been working tirelessly to ensure that every Canadian gets their shot as soon as possible. Now imagine that one day, you receive a phone call from your superior. He tells you that you are being removed from your position effective immediately. He does not give you any reason or explanation. He does not tell you what you did wrong or what allegations have been made against you. He does not tell you who is replacing you or what will happen to your career. He just tells you to pack your bags and leave. How would you feel? Shocked? Betrayed? Angry? Confused? Humiliated? All of the above? Well, that's exactly what happened to Major General Danny Fortin on May 14th. He was abruptly removed from his role as the head of Canada's COVID-19 vaccine rollout task force without due process or transparency. The reason? A military police investigation into an allegation of sexual misconduct dating back to 1989, when he was a cadet at the Royal Military College in Saint John, Quebec. An allegation that he denies, and that has not been proven in court. The timing? Suspicious, to say the least. The removal came just days after Fortin testified before a parliamentary committee about the vaccine rollout. It also came amid a growing scandal over how the military handles sexual misconduct cases within its ranks. The impact? Significant, to say the least. The removal disrupted the vaccine rollout at a critical juncture, when millions of doses were arriving in Canada and provinces were ramping up their immunization campaigns. It also undermined the public confidence and trust in the military leadership and the government. The reaction? Outrageous, to say the least. The removal was announced by a terse press release from the Department of National Defense, with no details or context. The government refused to answer any questions or provide any clarity on the decision. The opposition parties accused the government of covering up and politicizing the issue. The media and the public demanded answers and accountability. The aftermath? Unresolved, to say the least. Fortin has launched a legal challenge against his removal, claiming that it was unlawful and violated his constitutional rights. He is seeking reinstatement and compensation for damages. He is also seeking access to the evidence and information that led to his removal. The government has not responded to his lawsuit yet. The conclusion? Uncertain, to say the least. The outcome of Fortin's case will depend on how the court rules on his application for judicial review. It will also depend on how the military police investigation proceeds and whether any charges are laid against him. It will also depend on how the government handles the broader issue of sexual misconduct in the military and whether it implements any reforms or changes. The moral? Unfair, to say the least. Fortin was treated as guilty until proven innocent, rather than innocent until proven guilty. He was denied due process and natural justice, rather than afforded them. He was removed from his role without transparency and accountability, rather than with them. The joke? There is none. This is not a humorous take. This is a tragic take on how Major-General Fortin's case was handled by the military police and the government.